Some girl said that my accent should be illegal. Women shouldn't do manual labor. What else did she say? American women are basically men. And she just said that I was not feminine.
Alright guys, how's it going? So today's topic kind of hit a little too close to home for me because I am from Texas and I consider it the South. So the other day, this girl named Samira Khan came to Twitter with honestly some really weird behavior, coming at this girl with a thick Southern drawl and calling guys who like an accent and personality from the South gay pretty much. So let's take a look and see what kicked this off, shall we? So she starts off her 13-threaded tweet. Yes, you heard that right. She kicks things off with, "This accent needs to be illegal and women should be banned from doing manual labor like this. There is nothing feminine about American women. American women are literally men." Okay, dude, so I'm not gonna play the clip because we will get to hear her accent soon enough because she actually makes a response. But what Samira means by manual labor here is that she's helping her dad build something. So yeah, nothing even remotely close to crazy. Now, for the rest of this comment, because man, there's kind of a lot to unpack here. So first of all, Samira, this accent is called a Southern drawl, and I don't know if you know this, but you're kind of stuck with the accent you're born and raised with and raised around with, right? And in the South, this is literally how a lot of people talk, especially once you get out of the cities and the suburban neighborhoods. And women should be banned from doing manual labor? Now, what kind of statement is that, man? This lady here is just helping out her dad and is seemingly having a good time doing so. I don't see the issue here when it comes to that. And women have been doing manual labor for decades, if not centuries. And I don't know if you know your history, but I'm sure you've seen this image. There's a good chance you have because you are a journalist, after all. And this image was created during World War II when a lot of the men in this country went to war and manufacturing was still needing to be done. And women created this to get women to manufacture things for their husbands who were off fighting in one of the deadliest wars in history, by the way, away from home. Oh, and the women were also raising their families during this whole time as well. So I think it's fair to say that if a lady wants to do something she likes in this country, she should be able to. Like, we're really gonna be moving backwards by banning them from doing things outside? Get the fuck out of here, bro. Come on. So, as Samira's tweet started going viral, she tried to respond to all the criticism she was getting by saying, also, all the quote-unquote straight men cooming over her in the replies would be embarrassed to be seen with her in public. Imagine her being your date to a formal event. Yikes. So you know what, Samira? Let's play your game here. I will imagine trying to have Hannah be my date at a formal event. Now, before we get into this game, both of these women are not my type personally. I do have a Latina fetish, and I am very chistoso from what I'm told. So I feel like I'm a neutral party here. Anyways, y'all already know what I like to say. Pictures are worth 1,000 words. So let's see here. So I got a pic of Hannah here, and honestly, she looks like a normal Southern girl, right? She looks like someone who would go fishing on the weekends. And I'm sure if she decides to wear something nice to a formal event, she would look pretty good. And we all know she would be very well mannered and respectful to the other attendants at the said event, right? So overall, depending on your personality and if you're into the same things as Hannah here, I'd say taking her on a date to an event can't be anything lower than like a 6.5 out of 10, right? Like, even if you won't be into her at the end of it all, I'm sure she'd still become a friend. Now, let's try to imagine going on a formal date with the queen herself here, Samira. So here's a pic of her, and what the fuck is that, man? What creature am I looking at here? She looks like a mannequin, dude. What the hell? Okay, let me try to find a better pic. Okay, that's a lot better, because that kind of wasn't fair. Okay, here we go, honestly. So here she doesn't look half bad, if I'm being honest. She honestly looks like if Lily Singh tried to make herself look like Megan Fox, if I'm being honest. And it's not too bad. But here's my thing. Just looking at her, I don't think that she's really genuine. I mean, it looks like she's had quite a bit of cosmetic surgery. And there's nothing wrong with that, by the way. It just tells me that she might be a little insecure. But we'll take her out on the date, and based off of her other tweets, we kind of already can guess she's not going to be nearly as cool as Hannah would be on the date. So I'm sure she would expect for you to pay for everything while she orders the 16-ounce prime rib or something. And God forbid you say something slightly controversial, because she might just make a tweet about you. So that means you'll be walking on eggshells the whole time. So honestly, if she's willing to give you some at the end of the date, I'd say maybe a 4 or 5 out of 10 on the dating scale. And if she refuses to give you some, then that's honestly dropping to a 3, man. That would be a ghosting situation from me. So Samira, there we go. I imagined it. I hope you're happy. So she ends her little tirade here with boys will be boys, and shows her doing some more activities. So yeah, I guess if you're into women who aren't afraid to be themselves, you're gay, dude. And hey, Samira, you got me. I mean, it's 2024 regardless, so I don't see why that even matters. But now we'll get to Hannah's response. I know that you guys have just been itching to hear it, and now you shall wait no longer.
Good morning, y'all. I don't have a Twitter. I did at one point, but my account got removed for whatever reason, and I just hadn't got around to making another account. But apparently I'm trending on Twitter right now because some girl, hey Meryl, some girl said that my accent should be illegal. Women shouldn't do manual labor. What else did she say? American women are basically men, and she just said that I was not feminine. Ooh. And I would tell y'all this girl's name, but I can't remember it because I don't have a clue who she is. So that should tell you how relevant this person is. But I just think it's hilarious because I grew up as the weird kid in high school who hunted and fished too much, because back then it wasn't cool for women to hunt or fish or the whole country lifestyle. And I'm so proud of all the women in the outdoors now who are making that more cool or popular. So proud of us. I think we're doing great. But I've been helping Dad build houses since I was 15. When I was a senior in high school, I taught kids how to weld in ag class. So I've done not manual labor. When I think of manual labor, I think of what my dad does. I'm nowhere near that. I just help as much as I can, and I try. And it's fun. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's a lot of blue-collar women out there who are also feminine. And so I just think that you should embrace your own individuality. You should be yourself. And don't worry about what anybody else said, because these folks talking about me and think they're going to offend me, that ship sailed a long time ago. I've been getting picked on my whole life. I grew up around men. Well, so don't be scared to build your own box, and don't try to fit in anybody else's. Be your own person, and you'll be happier in the long run because of that. And don't worry about what anybody else has to say. Hope y'all have a good one. Appreciate y'all.
Honestly, what a perfect response. And hey, Hannah, keep up with that accent. That accent reminds me of my extended family, and it just makes me warm and fuzzy inside. And you know what? I'd rather have a woman who is just like this, who doesn't have a personality molded by Twitter or TikTok or Instagram or whatever the hell. Like, my favorite qualities in anyone are people who just aren't afraid to be themselves and are having fun and haven't sold their integrity for whatever online, for clout or whatever. She's not doing anything toxic or gross, so I say keep it up, man. And hey, you should thank Samira for the free shout out. I mean, come on, man. That shout out, how many views did that tweet get? Let's see. 62 million tweets, so yeah, that's a good shout out in my book. Anyways, guys, that's all I got for you today. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead and leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and if you have something to say, please feel free to comment it down below. I don't delete comments, so comment whatever the hell you want. You know, we all got opinions, we all got things to say. I'm not gonna take that away from anyone. And if you didn't catch my last video, check it out. I found what might be one of the top 10 worst moms I've ever seen, who also thinks they're funny by acting like Kate McKinnon from Saturday Night Live. So if you didn't catch that one, I highly recommend it. And that's it for today, man. I hope you have a good one. Make those little moments count, and peace.